Welcome to Play on Words, a theatrical podcast. Please turn off all outside distractions so as not to disturb the performance. Tonight's production, the Pittsburgh Monologue Project, performed by the Duquesne University Red Masquers and hosted by Play on Words. For the best audio experience, we recommend using headphones for tonight's performance. Good show, everybody. Good show.
Hey there, welcome back. The bartender brought us drinks while you were away, which is always super great. What were we talking about? Was I talking about classes? I think I was talking about classes. Anyway, the problem with this semester is that there was so much reading. I understand that you need to be a good reader in order to be a good writer, but I never thought it would be this much. I am learning stuff, I guess, and some of the things I've read have inspired me, but... Okay, I'm sorry, but you were in the bathroom for a really long time, and I'm just going to ask. Were you pooping? Were you? Were you pooping? Were you? Were you? You were! Oh, I knew you were pooping. I figured that either you were pooping or you were doing lines of coke, and you don't seem like the type that would... I'm sorry. I guess I just blurted it out. It's just that I love talking about poop. I don't know why. My mom and I call each other a couple of times a week, and we talk about classes and work and boys and stuff, but we always end up talking about poop, too. Do you like talking about it? You do? Oh my gosh. Well, let me tell you, I can take a poop anywhere. I'm like a nomad, but this one time my nomad ways were really put to the test. Okay. So I'm at this dive bar, and I knew we were going out there before I left my house, and I knew I had to go, and I kept thinking, should I poop now? Can it wait until I get home? But then I just decided to play it by ear and see what happens. Oh my gosh, that was a big mistake. We were at the bar, and we just had some chili cheese fries. Ooh, and I started thinking, well, now it's now or never, you know? So I started heading to the bathroom, and then I felt a grumble, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is happening like right now. I was wearing heels, so I really had to shuffle back there really fast. So I got in the stall, and it was like, oh my gosh, the floodgates have opened. So I'm pooping, and the bathroom isn't that bad. It's not like I'm at home or at a nice restaurant or a museum or something, but I thought everything was going to be okay. But I got in, and was in such a hurry that I didn't scope out the place. And the problem was there was no toilet paper. And I think that's fine. I'll just use paper towels. But they had one of those air dryers instead of towels. So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, well, I can't just sit here all night because my legs will fall asleep and then I'm really screwed. Napkins. So I put myself back together, make sure I wash my hands, and I walk back to the bar and try to act casual. So I'm all sly about it at the bar because I don't want anyone wondering why I was stuffing cocktail napkins into my purse. And in the end, it wasn't great. I mean, it wasn't the full Charmin experience or anything, but it got the job done. Oh, I'm so glad you like to talk about poop. Oh, well, gosh, listen to me. I'm just talking on and on. Sorry. Do you have any good poop stories?
I was a skinny kid. I mean, I was tall, but I was a beanpole. And I grew up in a tough neighborhood back in the 50s. It was a real blue-collar neighborhood. Kids always getting in fights. And I always wanted to be tough, like my old man. But I was tall, and I was skinny. So I had what you might call a high center of gravity. If the wind blew the wrong way, it would knock me over, right? But now it's easier. Because I'm heavier, I got the sag going, and I'm a lot tougher now than I was then. Otherwise, I never would have made it in jail. Oh, you didn't know I was in jail? Yeah, possession. Anyways, so I'm 12 years old. I make friends with some tough guys. Some greasers, we used to call them. And we walk around looking all tough, like, don't mess with me, right? And there was this other kid. Joe Santini. Big, scary guy. Motorcycle jacket, 16 years old, muscles all around. And he basically owned the neighborhood, right? But that was okay, because I had my friends, right? But one day, I'm alone. I don't know what I was doing, just walking around, I guess. and Joe Santini and his two buddies come over, and they're all like, "Hey, Beanpole, let's go." And Joe Santini gets right up in my face, and he starts pushing me. Now, he's 16, and I'm 12. He's like 2 feet taller than I am. And I just know, I only have one shot at this guy. So he pushes me, and he pushes me. I ball up my fist, and I rear back, and I just sock him. Bam! Right in the mouth. And he doesn't fall over. He just knocks back. And there's blood everywhere. And I think, I've had it. I didn't knock him out. He's gonna kick my ass. But my hand feels kind of funny. So I look at my fists, and there's Joe Santini's tooth sticking right out of my knuckle. And Joe Santini's screaming. He's like, "Oh, my tooth, my tooth," you know. And not only does he run away screaming, but his two buddies run away too. And I'm like, holy shit, I can't believe that just happened. I can't believe I just lost that fight. Now I know what you're thinking. All right, I won. He lost. He ran away. But it was a lucky break. If I hadn't stuck my fist in his mouth just the right way, with just the right force, he would have killed me. You think I won? I don't know. Maybe I did win. But it was a long time ago. The point is, nobody ever messed with me again. With my friends, without my friends, win, lose, it didn't matter. Nobody ever messed with me after that. And I'm not a fighter. I mean, come on. I'm a philosopher. I sit behind a bar and talk about life with drunks. But now I don't have to fight. Because of that lucky break. Come to think of it, I wonder what I ever did with that tooth.
Yeah, man, tell me about it. Went to BC. It's a bunch of big Irish guys up there, like 6'4". I'm thinking, I'm pretty Irish. Got the Celtic symbol tattoo and everything. But these guys, they're really Irish. We're so Irish, we're really Irish. We're more Irish than you are. Let's wrestle! So I'm getting my ass kicked until 3 a.m. Till finally I'm like, okay, you're more Irish than me. I get it, My back hurts. But if you think they're crazy about being Irish, they're insane about karaoke. We don't go out to karaoke nights at these bars. Every night except Monday. I think it's just because there were no karaoke nights on Monday. And we'd totally take the place over. We'd kick people off. We'd stagger the set list so one of us was always singing. We'd completely fuck up the words to all the songs, like in old school. I fucking need you now tonight. I fucking need you more than ever. This one night we get there. There's these girls. They're singing Email My Heart or some shit by Britney Spears. This girl we hung out with, Eva, she goes up on stage, pushes him out of the way, and starts singing Closer by 9 Inch Nails. I wanna fuck you like an animal. I wanna feel you from the inside. That was funny enough. But to hear that to the tune of Email My Heart, that's hilarious. So my buddy Sarah, he comes up on stage and just pushes her out of the way. Like shoves her. She slams the DJ table and the karaoke shit's going everywhere. DJ's trying to pick everything up. She takes a beer, right? And she throws it in his face. Oh, it's getting all over him. It's getting in his eyes. He leaves it there and goes to the table. He gets the pitcher, and he fills a full glass of beer and just pours it over her head. Oh, it's getting all over the karaoke equipment and into and on the CDs, and it's like, Email my heart. He gets kicked out. So he's standing outside looking like a lost puppy. And we're like, hey, buddy, we're not the ones who broke the karaoke shit. We were having fun in the bar. You know what? You go somewhere else. We're not following you. I mean, this jagoff pours beer over Eva's head and breaks the karaoke shit. And we're supposed to go with him? Some people.
So, I'm about to go to Antarctica. And I'm really excited, because it's like the chance of a lifetime, right? But the thing is, we're arriving in the spring. So the people who are already there, they've been living there all winter. And people keep warning us, like, hey, these guys, they might be kind of freaky, they haven't seen the sun in 6 months. They're really pale, and Oh, I'm not kidding. They don't like sudden movement. Like, they really hate that. So, I'm expecting like some town full of zombies, right? But Antarctica's amazing! I got my certification in ice rescue. So if you're caught in an ice floe, I am legally obligated to rescue you. I saw a lot of penguins, and my God, they are so freaking cute. Except for the emperor penguins. They're kind of... And I learned guitar. Did I tell you that? Yeah, I can play guitar now. Because there's nothing else to do in Antarctica. So, the summer ends, and it's been great. But then my friend Bjorn pulls me aside and he says, "You know, fewer people have stayed in Antarctica for a full year than have climbed Mount Everest." And well, look, I gotta stay, right? I mean, the gauntlet's thrown, I'm already here, so what's another 6 months, right? So, the sun sets, and then it doesn't come up for 6 months. And for the first month, you're like, oh, that's crazy. You know, like, I haven't seen the sun for a month. And then everything slows down. You're like talking with somebody in the break room, and your friend says, "I like kittens." And then you just kind of think about that for like 15 minutes. And then you say, "Yeah." Or, everybody's hanging out, and you're just trying to talk to each other. But then you all just stare at, like, the doorknob or something for 35 minutes, just kind of... And it's not like you're really thinking about the doorknob. You're just staring at it. Like it's just hypnotized you. And, that's life down there. I swear to God. So, at the end, we get into this cargo plane and everyone says goodbye, you know. But then we fly over the clouds and suddenly there's the sun. And after 6 months, it ain't nothing like I've ever seen, man. It's bright, and it's warm, and it's like we've been living in a cave, and like we ain't never seen light before. And so they tell us to take it easy, you know? Sort of ease our way back into the real world, right? But I remember going to this little park in Auckland, and I sat on a bench, and I just watched things moving. Like people jogging by, cars driving past, the traffic light changing. And it was moving so fast. And I was like, this world is so alive. There's so much life. And that feeling never really wears off. There's just so much to see. There's so much movement. And you think, I want to live forever.
This has been the Pittsburgh Monologue Project by Robert Isenberg and Brad Keller. Directed by Justin Sines. Assistant direction by Colleen Hammond. Sound design by Anthony Del Grosso and Dannon Johnson. Technical direction by Mackenzie Martin. Featuring the voices of Jill Jeffrey in Poop, Thomas Merante in Tooth, Zoe Ellis in Karaoke, Gestapo. Michael Kirk in Antarctica. Play on Words is produced by Soren Deniz. Thank you for listening and for continuing to support the arts.
Good show, everybody.
Good
Good
show.
show.